Hello everyone, I am Mick Monroe and welcome to the Zone Control 4 video tutorial series that I am putting on. In this tutorial series, we will be covering everything you need to know to win as many games as you can in Zone Control. In this video, we will be discussing how you take engagements, form concaves, and micro your marines. So, without any further ado, let's jump right into it. So hopefully, by playing a few games of Zone Control, you should understand exactly what we're looking at here. This is the mini-map that you will see in a game of Zone Control, and for demonstration purposes I am this green color up here spawning right there. That is me, and my ally is right there spawning there. The reason I am showing you this mini-map is so we can discuss a couple things regarding concaves and what's called a lane. Now, very simply put, a lane is the distance between where you spawn, which is right here, and where the closest opponent of you spawns, which in this case is right here. This is considered your lane. And if you spawn right here, where my ally is, the next closest opponent to him is right there. So this would be my ally's lane in this situation. The reason I bring up what's called a lane is in future videos, and most likely in this one I'll be referring to that area as a lane, and just to get rid of any confusion, that's why I put that there. Anyway, next we're going to talk about concaves. So when you want to set up a concave, the best way to think of it is a shape, not really like your army. You want to think of it as mostly just by looking at the mini-map. So when you look at the mini-map, your units are going to be like rallied, so forth. So you know they're walking, and then say Teal is just camping middle. He has some units there, and he's going to come attack you. And you see this, so you want to establish a concave. Now, very simply put, a concave is basically a line made so most of your units are attacking. The reason you make concaves is so you don't have units sitting in the back here trying to walk forward and attack. Instead, they're all attacking because they're in this nice long line here. If Teal attacks into me with his just blob of an army here, and you know we're shooting back and forth, we're fighting, this battle is going to turn into something that would look a bit like this. I'm going to have pretty much a surround on him, and he's just going to have kind of an army here. And what's going to happen in this battle is he's going to have a bunch of units in the back here that won't be shooting, but I won't have any units that aren't shooting because I have this perfectly established concave around his just large clump of units. And very simply put, this is a concave. So now I'm going to teach you how to establish a concave and micro your marines. This is me in a completely blank game demonstrating some ways to concave. The first method here is to select your entire army and then A move in the direction that you would like to attack. Next, you're going to want to box select and cut your army in half. And the front half of your army you're going to want to send upwards to where your lower half of your army is, and then from there you want to move any units that are too far forward, preventing your concave to be more of a line, and send that below your army. Then from there, if you have any gaps in your concave, you want to press 1 to select your entire army, and then right click to where that gap is. And then to make your concave even larger, you can repeat this step by boxing the part of your army that's in front and right clicking it on top of your army, and then press 1 and then right click to where that gap is, and then you want to A move as far away from your concave but still in the direction that you would like to attack. This is to maintain the concave for as long as possible up to the engagement. As you can see, the further you move, the more your units will fall out of their concave. From here on, I will be demonstrating different techniques that you can use to establish concaves, but probably the best tip that I can give you to establish concaves and to micro is to use your mouse as much as you can. When you use the 1 key and A move into a direction, you're going to form a box or just a blob of army. But by using your mouse as much as you can, you're going to be able to establish a very line concave-esque type, and that's exactly what you want. And there's many different ways that you can get this, and probably the most simple one is to just select different groups of your army and then to just keep selecting smaller groups and to establish this line, and then to right click into the different gaps, and then you'll have a concave and you A move in the direction. A very good way to change direction of your concave is to actually just recreate the blob by A moving into a certain direction, and then from there just boxing your units to maintain this line shape. When it comes down to micro, it's all about using your mouse. Now this is a replay, and I would like you to watch my Marines and how I select small amounts of Marines and right click them backwards and then select the entire army and attack move forward to maintain a concave and to keep as many units as I can alive throughout the course of the fight. Another tip here: when you engage somebody's army and you win, and then somebody else turns to engage you and you don't have enough units to engage him, but your ally comes to join you, it's very important how you position your army, because you can still get a lot of cost efficiency and keep a lot of units alive if you attack the top part of their concave to where you have more units than they do, so you retain a lot of your Marines. When you're attacking into another player's base, it can be a very good idea to focus down the SCV whenever possible, because the SCV gives 7 times the amount of minerals as a normal Marine would, and the health of an SCV is not much more than a Marine. So by positioning your units next to where their most recently created building and focusing down the SCV when it spawns can be a great way to farm up additional resources. Using the Xel'Naga Tower as much as possible is a great idea, because when attacking into the Xel'Naga Tower you don't have vision of what's inside. So you can use that because you can see outside when you're inside, and you can pretty one-sidedly kill your opponent's army. That's all I have for this video. If you have any questions or comments, please put them down in the comment section below, and I will gladly answer them. Thank you for watching.